Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? I thank you for your patience if you are waiting for this GSSR video. It's been a crazy week for me, and I'm just happy to finally get this out. So, with the 5th anniversary, we will have a GSSR, also known as the Lucky Bag Summons. This is a group of banners from which you can choose one, roll, and are guaranteed to summon at least one SSR featured on the banner. Sounds good, right? Well, it does require paid Saint Quartz, so there is a bit of a catch. But in general, I find GSSRs to provide good value relative to the cost. So if this is your first encounter with the GSSR, then here's a quick breakdown of how it works. Typically, there are 2 GSSRs per year, one during the New Year's campaign and the other, as mentioned, happens with the Anniversary campaign. Now, summoning from the GSSR will require purchasing Saint Quartz, 15 paid quartz to be exact. Since FGO's gacha can be oh so unforgiving, with many tales of hundreds of Saint Quartz spent and no SSR in sight, 15 paid SQ doesn't seem like that bad of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Of course, this is only if you are willing to purchase SQ. I understand and respect that there are those that want to be 100% free to play, and that's cool. But if you don't mind spending a bit of real money, then you may find taking advantage of the GSSR to be worth it. On the topic of buying Saint Quartz, I just wanted to emphasize the paid aspect of purchasing the 15 SQ. Now, that may sound odd. You're probably thinking, of course buying SQ would mean they're paid quartz. Well, what I'm referring to is what the GSSR accepts as paid SQ. As you can see here, the various SQ packs include bonus free quartz, and these will not count towards the 15 paid SQ for the GSSR. So something like the SQ pack highlighted will not actually be enough. Even though the total number of Saint Quartz in this pack is 18, only 12 of them are considered paid, while the remaining are categorized as free. If you're looking to minimize cost, then purchasing that 12 plus 6 SQ pack along with 3 single SQ packs will provide the required 15 paid quartz for the GSSR. But for slightly more, buying the 12 plus 6 and the 4 plus 1 packs will provide a marginally better cost average. But enough about paid Saint Quartz. We're here for the information on which 5-star servants we can potentially summon. So let's dive into that. For the 5th anniversary GSSR, there will be a total of 5 different banners to choose from. Please keep in mind that you can only choose to summon from one of them. After you have rolled on one of them, the others will disappear. So with that caveat out of the way, let's take a closer look at these 5 banners. First thing to note is that all of the SSRs on the banners are limited. And unique to this particular GSSR, not only will you be guaranteed to summon one limited 5-star servant, but you're also guaranteed one 4-star servant as well. Though the 4-star servant could be permanent, story locked, or depending on the banner, perhaps even event limited. The second thing to note is that each banner is grouped by date of appearance, or rather a date range. Please note, the date groupings I will mention are my extrapolation from how it occurred on JP. So while the actual date ranges may differ from what I present here, the groups themselves should remain the same. So here is an overview of each GSSR banner. The first banner, this contains a pool of 14 limited SSRs that, for NA, had appeared between late June 2017 to early July 2018. Or thereabouts. So the limited SSRs pictured here are essentially all from the first year of FGO NA. But despite that, I think all of them are still quite viable, with most having one or more strengthenings and interludes. The downside to this banner is having the second largest pool of SSRs, so a 1 in 14 chance to summon a particular 5-star servant you may be targeting. If you're someone that needs an SSR Saber, then this banner would provide you with the best odds, having 3 of them in the lineup: the single target Okita Soji and Nero Bride, and the AoE Saber Shiki. The same goes for SSR Lancers, Berserkers, and Avengers, with this banner having 2 of each out of the pool of 14. Single target Lancers Skaha and Brynhildr, single target Berserker Kintoki and AoE Berserker Raiko, AoE Avenger Edmund Dantes, and single target Avenger Jean Alter. It should be noted that all of the SSRs on this banner will have at least one future rate up with the exception being Saber Shiki. Currently, she has none scheduled as of yet. Of course, we shouldn't overlook the pool of SRs on the banner when deciding. In this banner's case, the majority pictured here are permanent, and this is the largest pool of SRs among all of the banners at 32. Notably, there are 8 story-locked SRs among the 32: Saber Alter, Gawain, OG Nero, Tristan, Lancer Astoria Alter, Li Shuen Lancer, Thomas Edison, and Medea Lily. So if you're missing any of them and would like to have them for your Chaldea, then there is a 25% chance to summon one of these story-locked SRs. Among the 3-star servants that are available on this banner, most notable are Saber Bedivere and Caster Ku, both being story-locked. The second banner contains 15 limited SSRs that first appeared between early July 2018 to early July 2019. Like the first banner, I think the lineup of SSRs here are all viable in one way or another, and there happens to be one of the meta supports here, the 5-star caster Merlin, who can be helpful in any servant roster really. Unfortunately, this particular banner with its pool of 15 SSRs gives you the poorest odds of summoning a specific target. However, if you are in need of any SSR archers or casters, then this banner notably has 3 of each class in its lineup: the ST archers Summer Artoria and Moriarty, and the AoE Ishtar. For casters, there is the aforementioned Merlin, the single target Ilya, and the AoE Da Vinci. This second banner also has 2 assassins and 2 alter egos, the most in any lineup: the AoE assassin Cleopatra and the single target assassin King Hassan, plus the AoE alter ego Kiara and the single target alter ego Meltrillis. With the exception of Saber Musashi and Archer Artoria, the rest of the SSRs shown here will have at least one raid up in the future. Musashi and Archer Artoria both don't have anything scheduled for the time being. Da Vinci may have an earlier raid up in 2023, but this depends on how NA handles a counterpart banner related to the Camelot movie, perhaps a Blu-ray release campaign of some sort. For the SR pool in this banner, there are considerably less than the previous at 16. And of the 16, 8 are either story-locked or limited: Archer Anne and Mary, Emiya Alter, Lancer Kiyohime, Rider Mordred, Caster Marie Antoinette, Ruler Martha, Avenger Gorgon, and alter ego Passionlit. So just considering the SRs, there is a pretty decent chance of landing either a story-locked or a limited one. One such noteworthy SR for me is Rider Mordred, as prior to the release of Rider Da Vinci, Surf Mo was the go-to AoE arts looping rider. The story-locked Jaguar Warrior and Christopher Columbus are the only 3 stars on this banner. For the third banner, there will be 11 limited SSRs that first appeared between early July 2019 and early July 2020. Within the lineup for this third banner is Scotty, one of the current meta support casters, and one that's extremely beneficial for quick-based servants. Compared to the previous banner that contained Merlin, this one gives slightly better odds if you happen to be targeting a specific 5-star like Scotty. For those that are just looking to generally fill gaps in their roster, this third banner notably has 2 riders, the most out of all the lineups, plus 2 foreigners, a number shared with the 5th banner: the single target Rider Artoria Alter and the AoE rider Ivan the Terrible, along with the single target foreigner Abigail Williams and the AoE foreigner Katsushika Hokusai. All of the limited SSRs in this lineup will have at least one raid up in the future. Ereshkigal may have a raid up earlier than January 2024, but it depends on how NA handles an equivalent to the Fate Grand Carnival BD release. The accompanying SR pool contains 17, 8 permanent and 9 story-locked or limited. Of these, I wanted to highlight the limited 4-star assassin Nitocris, as she currently doesn't have any known scheduled raid-ups in the future. I would have mentioned Archer Asagami Fujino here, but Lasengo has seen fit to add her to the Summer 2022 rerun banner. For the 3 stars available on this banner, there are 3, with one of them being the story-locked Antonio Salieri. The 4th banner will feature 10 limited SSRs that first appeared between early July 2020 and early July 2021. In terms of general odds of summoning a targeted 5-star, This fourth banner, along with the fifth one, are the best compared to the others with a 1 in 10 chance. And while there is no metacaster support in this banner, there are a few very notable ones that make this banner compelling. First is the support rider Sima Yi, or also known as Rhinus. She is a good universal support unit with the ability to provide a party-wide 10% NP charge, a 50% charge for one ally, or even a split of 30% charges between two allies. Then there is Kama, who is one of the best single target assassins in the game, if not arguably the best. She has a 50% battery, an NP that charms its target, a guts that doesn't expire, and until the introduction of the Pretender class, she's the only unit that has full class advantage over alter egos, albeit just for 3 turns. Which brings me to the Berserker Arjuna altar. In my opinion, he is probably the most compelling reason to choose this banner. He is both a powerful AoE Berserker and crit damage servant. Simply put, Arjuna Altar is one of the strongest servants in the game that can help with farming while at times trivializing challenge content. And the last one I wanted to highlight is Ruler Shi Wangdi. He's similar to Arjuna Altar in that having him will definitely help with clearing difficult content. However, Shi Wangdi's strength really shows as a solo unit, and arguably he's the best one in the game, or at the very least one of the top 3 in my opinion. As for future rate-ups for this SSR lineup, all of them here do have something down the road. Archer Jean may have a rate-up in October 2023 or thereabouts, but it was originally a campaign for the Fate Apocrypha Blu-ray, so something like this does not always have a counterpart on NA, but we'll just have to see. For the SR pool, this fourth banner has the second to least number from which to summon at 12, 5 permanent and 7 story locked or limited 4 stars. Notably, the limited SRs Saber Maeve, Lancer Ibaraki, and Assassin Ushi Wakamaru do not seem to have any known scheduled rate-ups for the time being. Then among the 3 stars available on this banner, there are 3 with 2 being story locked, Rider Redhair and Caster Asclepius. And now we come to the 5th and final banner, which features 10 limited SSRs that first appeared between early July 2021 and early July 2022. Just like the 4th banner, this one also provides the best overall odds to summon a specific SSR, and it also has a few very notable 5 stars that can make this banner a compelling choice. It has the SSR Archer Super Orion, a servant that can really help with all kinds of challenge content. His overall kit and NP come together to make him an extremely powerful critical damage unit, so much so that Super Orion can even easily overcome class disadvantage when properly set up. Berserker Miyamoto Musashi is another from this lineup I wanted to highlight. She is one of the top universal R-Sloopers in the game, and if you're fortunate enough to get your own Castoria, Berserker Musashi will make clearing quests incredibly easy, especially farming content. The other top universal R-Slooper in the game is also on this banner, the Avenger Space Ishtar. While Berserker Musashi has the advantage of being semi-effective against most classes, Space Ishtar's advantage lies with her 50% battery and ability to change her MP type to either Quick, Arts, or Buster. This gives her an incredible level of flexibility with which types of support she can team up with. However, with Castoria, Space Ishtar really tends to shine and can tackle all kinds of battles. Additionally, this 5th banner also has 2 Foreigner class servants, the AoE Voyager and the single target Yang Gufei. Factoring in this lineup's pool of 10 SSRs, if you're looking to add a 5-star Foreigner, then this banner provides the best shot. Now, most of the SSRs in this lineup will have a future rate up down the road, though there are 2 exceptions, Berserker Musashi and Ruler Artoria, both of whom do not have any known rate ups in the future for the time being. As for the SR pool, this 5th banner has the least number at just 7, with 1 being story locked and the other 6 being limited. Archer Osaka Behime, Rider Carmilla, and Berserker Kijio Kyoyo being notable for not having any known future rate ups for the time being. There is just 1 3-star available in this lineup, the permanent Rider Mandricardo. Which banner you choose will ultimately depend on which SSR servant or servants that you want to target. Since everyone has different roster needs, then the ideal banner will vary from player to player. From an odds perspective, the first and second banners are the least desirable, giving a 1 in 14 and a 1 in 15 chance respectively for any one specific SSR. But if either of those banners have a servant in particular that you want, like Merlin for example, then it really can't be helped. If that's the case for you, then hopefully there are a few SSRs in the lineup that will increase the value of that banner. Looking at the third banner, it's sort of the middle of the pack, with odds being a 1 in 11 chance for a specific SSR. And it also has Scotty. While Castoria will bring forth a more dominant arts meta, Scotty is still extremely useful, especially if you happen to have plenty of quick servants in your roster. So I can see certain players targeting this banner in the hopes of getting Scotty. Again, hopefully there are other servants on this banner that will make good consolation prizes should Scotty not appear. But personally, I think the fourth and the fifth banners are the most enticing, based on the servants that I highlighted, and for them having the best odds among all of this SSR lineups. If this is your first GSSR and you're unsure which banner to choose, then I would recommend choosing either the fourth or the fifth banner. The fourth has a good universal support in Rhinus, and premier units in Kama, Arjuna Altar, and Shiwangdi. There's also Archer Jean, who I didn't touch on, but she is an incredible arts looper too. The fifth banner has two premier universal arts loopers in Berserker Musashi and Space Ishtar. But there is also Rider Da Vinci and the SR Lancer Meltrillis, who are both excellent for arts looping. So there are a number of chances of obtaining a really good arts looping unit to go with your newly acquired Castoria. Between the two, try to go with the one that better fits your servant's roster needs, or the one that has more servants that you would like. Of course, the available SRs on a banner can play a factor in your choice. This is especially true if you happen to be torn between a couple of banners, like choosing between the fourth or the fifth. If there happens to be a few SRs that you really want or could use, then that can certainly be a good way to break the tie, as it were. So those are my thoughts on this GSSR for the 5th anniversary. If you are still undecided on which banner to go with, then I hope some of this info was helpful in some way. Personally, I will be going with the third banner on my main account, mostly because it has the least chance of getting me a 6th copy of a servant, and there are a few SRs in its pool that I really want, like Assassin Nitokuris and Archer Fujino. Which GSSR banner will you be choosing? Please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy FGO content like this. Next up will be my Castoria rolls. I decided I'll get those out of the way first, and I anticipate a long gacha session, if you know what I mean. Best of luck to everyone with the GSSR and on their Castoria rolls. Thank you for watching, and cheers to FGO NA's 5th anniversary.